Hello, this is going to be a quick video. I am today connecting up a diesel heater onto a Ford Transit. So I just want to show you the tank and the reason why you can't just tap into the fuel return on a Ford Transit. So here you can see the primary pump with the fuel takeoff, so it's sending it off to the main diesel pump, and the fuel return. Now if we look underneath, you'll see there's a pipe for the fuel pickup that sends off to the main diesel pump. The fuel return is just, well, there's no pipe on it, it's just a little pipe that sits down like that, so you won't be able to pick up any fuel from the tank via the return. Now there is a proper kit available for the Transit which takes off this. You have to cut the top off and then put a pipe in through that little hole there, but if your diesel heater has come with a takeoff or a standpipe for a fuel tank, yeah, you may as well just put that in. It's not a massive job really. So as you can see, I've got the tank off, this out, so I can get into the tank. Now what is really important on the Transit is that you make sure there is little to no fuel in, because the fuel filler pipe is really low. Even if you've got a quarter of a tank in there, you're going to lose a lot of fuel. So it has got to be absolutely about ready to cough and splutter out before you drop the tank. Okay, so I'm going to fit this standpipe, which came with the heater that the customer has bought. They bought one of the cheap Chinese heaters. I never supply those, but if a customer wants me to fit them, I'll fit them. So this came with that heater. So I've got the hole there for the pipe to go through. I've got to feed it up from underneath, and first of all I've got to take a measurement from there down to the bottom of the tank. Not fully to the bottom of the tank, because you don't want your diesel heater to use all of your fuel and then you can't start the van. It's highly unlikely, but that is something to take into consideration. So I'm going to measure this and cut it down. Okay, there's my measurement from the bottom of the tank to the top of the outside, and it is 240 mil. So bear in mind the tank itself is about 4 mil thick, and we don't want to go all the way to the bottom. We want to go probably to about, I don't know, about there. So that is 225. So I'm gonna cut 221 from that point there down here. Okay, so there is my pickup standpipe. So I've cut it at an angle, because the original was cut at an angle, gives you a slightly larger surface area, I suppose, but it doesn't really matter because you're restricted by the internal diameter of it anyway. So I've just deburred that with a file and a small drill bit, just push that in and out to make sure there's no burrs on the inside. Okay, so using the original seals that came in the kit, this feeds in from underneath. Some feed in from the top, this one feeds in from underneath. Is that going to fit all right? Have I cut enough? Oh, that actually, feels a bit long. So I'm going to kink the bottom of it. I'll take it out and show you what I'm going to do. That still goes down quite a way to the bottom of the tank. So I'm going to kink the bottom of it to lift it up a little bit. That feels better. That definitely feels better. Okay, got this washer over here. There's a rubber seal underneath, so that will stop any diesel from coming out and any water from coming in. Which way should we point it? I think we'll point it about there. Diesel, horrible stuff. Sounds like something's cracking off outside. Right, get this nice and tight. not so tight that it's going to splay the internal rubber washer out, so it's not doing its job. I can feel the nut now. Where's it gone? There it is. There, that feels tight enough. The rubber washer feels good. That's in the right place in the tank. There, now I'll wipe around here. So I think what I'm going to do, because that nut doesn't have any anti-shake, it's not a lock nut, that's the word I'm looking for, a lock nut. I'm going to put a bit of adhesive sealant around the base of it just to stop it from shaking loose. Also help to seal the threads. Not that that should be necessary. Definitely invest in some rubber gloves if you're doing this, because diesel's a bugger to get off your hands. Mind you, so is this stuff. Okay, so with that fitted, we can refit the pickup pump, and be careful not to damage this float. This is obviously for your fuel gauge. And these go in one particular way, so we've got notches here, so we know which way that it fits. Oh, this is going to get diesel everywhere again. Yeah, thought I would. These pipes always get in the way. There we go. Now, it's got a bit of a spring to them, these have. But that, as you can see, is its position. I can't twist that, so that is definitely where it has to go. Check the rubber seal's not damaged. It's all okay. Yeah, that's good. Put this back on, get it back into position. You don't want to cross thread this thing either. So turn back to the clips, make sure it's going to go on properly. Right, cross thread it again. Always fun to do with just one of you. That's it. There we go. And that goes, oh no, it's sprung up, so keep it pushed down. There we go. So we know that's in the right position. Now there is this special tool, which is a fuel tank sender unit removal tool, and it's got these cut out, so it's go over these splines, and it's adjustable for all tanks. Tighten it up, not too tight. You don't have to go crazy on it, because bear in mind it has got a rubber seal, and as long as it's fairly tight, there we go, lovely. Right, now to fit the flexi pipe to the standpipe. That should just pop over there. It's quite a tight fit, and you want it to be a tight fit, really. Go. When you're doing this up, be careful not to twist that pipe, or indeed twist the whole mounting. Even though this is tight, it might still twist a little bit. Now, if you've bought a Chinese diesel heater and it's come with its own pipe, and it's the green, really, really flexible rubbery pipe, put it in the bin. It's awful. It will break within a year or two. It will split, you'll have diesel all over the place. Upgrade some decent fuel pipe. Right, that's the tank ready to put back on. So there's the pipe coming out from the top of the tank. You can just see the rubber connector at the top there. Comes along and underneath the tank to the pump. The pump was fitted a while ago. This now goes off to the heater. I'm just purging the system of air at the moment. You can see the filter's got fuel in it now. Usually takes probably 3 or 4 attempts, depending on how long your fuel line is, to purge it of air before it runs. And that is that job.